So in today's video, I'm talking about how your life goes in ups and downs. You have to think of your life like the stock market, just like anything. It goes up and down. Now, if you're watching this, I hope you're having a great week, but if not, it's okay. Just remind that to yourself because I feel like on social media now, we have the perception that everyone's winning all the time. Everyone's doing amazing. But people are only posting the highlight reels of their life. They're not posting when their car broke down, their girlfriend broke up with them, they got sick. You're not gonna post yourself being sick or like going through a difficult time online. Some people do, but it's like 99% of people are just posting themselves winning or doing something successful. So not only does this go for average people, but it's anyone. You could be the top of the top athlete, the top celebrity. It doesn't even matter if you're the president of the US. Like any person on any level, if you're down here, if you're up here, you're going to have times where you feel amazing, you feel completely locked in with yourself, and then you're going to have times where you doubt yourself, your mood is off, your energy is off, and everything feels like it's not going your way. Because I personally felt like this even a few days ago. Like, my mood was off, my energy was off. I was like stressing about money and shit and like a few other things, and even my YouTube channel and stuff like that. And then today I felt amazing. Now, this is the best analogy I could give you. And I want you to use this tip the next time you go through something where in your mind, when you go through a difficult time, you feel like it's forever. So there's times where I made mistakes, either financial or other mistakes, or it's completely out of my control and something happens. Like one time I'm driving my car and I nailed a deer after work. I was doing the speed limit, I was doing everything perfect, and a deer just ran full speed into like the side of my car. I can't do anything about that, but it threw my vibe off. I had to put money aside for that. And that's just how life goes. No one is going through life just automatically going up. Me, I'm elevating, but it goes like this. I go up a little, I come down. Some struggles or whatever, then you go up a little more. Comes down, goes up a little more. That's why I compare it to like an index fund or a stock market, because it's going up over time, but you're going to have those dips. So when you have those dips, the best way I learn or I remind myself is I compare it to getting sick. So say you feel amazing this week. Your energy is super high. You feel super healthy and hydrated. Next week you get the flu. You feel like shit. You're throwing up. Your mood is off. Your energy's off. And you don't feel healthy. And you feel like that for a week. It feels like it's not going to end because you feel terrible in the moment. But we know when we get sick, for the most part, it gets better. We heal, we bounce back from it, and we recover from that sickness. So it's the same thing when you're going through a struggle. Either if your mood's off, you're in a financial situation that's struggling, or relationships, whatever that's going on in your life. You have to remind yourself that it's temporary. Now, it might not be like a cold where it will last only a week. This stretch could last up to a few months, a year, 2 years. You don't know. But you have to hold on and remind yourself, okay, this is temporary. I'm going to feel myself again. So just remind yourself of that. Like even like the other day, like I'm like I felt a little off, like I wasn't feeling myself. I had to get a haircut, like a few things that had happened. I'm like, I know I'm gonna be better. I know like I even had a little acne. I'm like, I just didn't feel good. I know my face is gonna clear up. I know I'm gonna get a haircut. And you know you're gonna be in your zone again, because there's times where like we know who we are at the end of the day, but sometimes your mood is off and life isn't going your way. And you got to remember, I'm going to step back in my zone. Like, once I get through this and once I hold on and push through this temporary struggle, I'm going to be locked the fuck in again. I'm going to be in my zone again, because we have those times where we feel great, but it's not all the time. So when you are struggling, that is the number one tip I want you to take away from this video, is everything could be fucking up in your life. And it could be out of your control. Some of these things you cannot control, some you can. But either way, regardless, just remind yourself, this is temporary. I'm going to hold on and push through this difficult time. And then once this shit passes, I'm going to be locked the fuck in. I'm going to be who I am again, in my zone, and I'm going to be the highest version of myself. Because not only that, you're going to be locked in and feel good about yourself. When you go through these struggles, you get a little better each time. So I feel like, I forget exactly what he said. It was like a video I saw the other day about Brad Pitt, I think. And he was like, each struggle or each failure leads to the next success. So you just have to remind yourself, that's just the way of the game. You're not going to win constantly. You're going to have struggles and shit that sets you back. But every time you go through that, you're going to get closer to the best version of yourself. But like I said, if you're watching this and your mood is off, or you're financially struggling right now, or you're dealing with something in your family, or something's going on, or you just like doubting yourself and you just feel like off and you don't know where you're going, remind yourself it's temporary. Even if you don't believe it, I'm telling you right now through the camera, it's okay. You're gonna push through. It's temporary. And then once you push through and you feel in your fucking zone again, you're gonna reflect back and be like, why was I tripping? Like, why was I flipping out? Why was I stressing? Why was I doubting myself? Because once you feel in your zone again and you feel on the top again, you're going to look back on that moment and be like, it's stupid. So the next time you go through that, you're going to know it's going to pass. It's temporary. Let's get after it this week. And like I said, sometimes I repeat myself, but I feel like it's a good way to reinforce my point. As you go through this week, as you go through this month, and as you continue throughout the rest of the year, even into next year, the next time you're going through one of these moments, remind yourself of this. Let's get after it.